welcome to TezMania TV and a Tez Talk video. I know I don't do these as often as I would like to, but they do take time because I want to think everything through completely before I talk about these pretty sensitive and really important issues. So I guess that's one of the reasons why I haven't done one in a while, but I want to keep making them maybe once every 2 months at least or so. And I asked you guys for suggestions for a theme for this month's video, so thank you so much to everyone who had ideas. The one that spoke to me the most was the one that I'm doing today, and that is sexuality or sexual orientation. I'm going to start off by reading Wikipedia's definition of sexual orientation. Sexual orientation is an enduring pattern of romantic or sexual attraction, or a combination of the two, to persons of the opposite sex or gender, the same sex or gender, or to both sexes or more than one gender. These attractions are generally subsumed under heterosexuality, homosexuality, and bisexuality, while asexuality, the lack of sexual attraction to others, is sometimes identified as the fourth category. These categories are aspects of more nuanced natures of sexual identity and terminology. For example, people may use other labels such as pansexual or polysexual, or none at all. According to the American Psychological Association, sexual orientation also refers to a person's sense of identity based on those attractions, related behaviors, and membership in a community of others who share those attractions. That is their basic explanation of it, but in short, sexual orientation or sexuality is simply who you are attracted to, no matter what label you place on it. We are individuals, and naturally, therefore, we will not all be attracted to the same thing. No matter how you define yourself or your sexuality, you are the only one who has a right to it. A right to define it, to act on it, and if you want to challenge it. So, who am I to talk to you guys about this subject? Well, I am part of a sexual rights organization here in Sweden, and I have been for many years. I've been working for them back and forth a little bit, doing small assignments, and for me, this is one of the most important issues in the world. People's rights to their own sexuality. I'm sure you guys also know that I have a bachelor's degree in gender research, where sexual studies and sexual orientation and sexuality and all that is a major part. And I am bi or pansexual, meaning that I am not attracted to people with specific gender or sex, but rather just to people as individuals. For those of you who haven't heard of pansexuality before, you might know what bisexuality is, but you haven't heard of pansexuality. It's basically the same as bisexuality, but it's more inclusive to transgender or non-binary people. For me, it could not be more crystal clear that everyone should have the right to choose who to have sex with, who to be in a relationship with. For me, it's just basic humanity. And obviously, things like pedophilia, where acting on sexual feelings will result in physical or mental harm to another person, are not included here, obviously. There should always be 2 or more consenting adults when it comes to sex. As long as all the involved parties are adults and willingly take part in the sexual activity, then people should be free to do whatever they want when it comes to sex. We don't choose our sexuality, just like we don't choose where we're born or the color of our skin or the ability of our bodies. One of the reasons why a lot of people don't come to terms with their sexuality until they're adults is because we live in a heteronormative society. We are constantly told to be a certain way, live a certain life, strive towards certain things, and that anything that deviates from that is considered wrong, and sometimes even dangerous. And the human race, we're not always as smart as we give ourselves credit for. Let me quote the first Men in Black movie. A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals. It is said that the fear of what is different lies in all of us. But you know what? We can change that. And we should want to change that, because it makes us better people. Accepting things like diversity, multiculturalism, and just the fact that not every single person you're gonna meet is gonna be exactly like you. Accepting that makes us stronger. It makes us better. I've said it before and I will say it again. Why do some people even want this earth to be filled with people that are exactly the same? What is the point if we're all clones? Alright, so I thought I'd share a personal sad story regarding sexuality. For me, I've kind of always known that I didn't really care about the gender or the sex of the person I was interested in. I've been attracted to all kinds of people, all kinds of genders, most of my life, but I didn't really label it until I became an adult. Again, because we're fed these things, you're told to be a certain way, and you know yourself, and if you know that you're not the way that people keep telling you that you should be, maybe you think there's something wrong with you, or you feel like you need to keep it to yourself. I didn't necessarily feel like there was something wrong with me. It was more like I felt like I didn't have the proper tools to label myself. Not that I have to do that, but yeah, or I guess I didn't really know enough about my own sexuality to explore it when I was younger. So when I decided to go for a bachelor's degree in gender research, I obviously met a lot of people who were interested in the same issues as me. It was a big part of the course, like I said, and it made me feel at home. It made me feel secure, and it made me realize that, yeah, the bisexuality was the word that we used back then. It sounds like it was 100 years ago, but yeah. And then I've started using pansexuality now to be more inclusive. But yeah, so I started identifying as bisexual because I did meet some ladies, felt the spark, and yeah, just started acting on these things instead of just keeping them to myself. But then the biggest betrayal ever came from my peers, like the other students in my class. The last place I was expecting people to not understand. So I'm still like, I don't understand what the hell was up with these people. I thought they were better than that. I thought they were more well-read than that. We took these classes together. I can't understand how they weren't present during the classes. Like, did you even listen to anything? Ugh. All right, so what happened was we were at a party and just started talking about, I guess, who we were dating or whatever, and we kind of leaned in towards talking about sexual orientation, and I think that was the first time that I outed myself as bisexual, even though I'd like been making out with other girls and stuff in front of these people. It had never been an issue before, but the second I used that word, the second I labeled myself, people were like, prove it. And this, I was completely shocked. Why do I have to prove my sexuality? How do you even do that? It's just so weird. And at that point, I hadn't yet had sex with a female person. So I'd only experienced sex with men up until that point, but I wanted to. But they meant that that was not enough. Until you've actually had sex with a person of the same gender as yourself, you're apparently not allowed to consider yourself bisexual or homosexual or whatever. And this is the stupidest thing I have ever heard, because it basically means that until you have sex at all, you have no sexuality. That's like saying we have nothing until we have sex for the first time. It's so weird. It makes no sense at all to me. And it makes it sound like you have to try everything in order to be able to prove that you're I can't believe these people. So after that, I completely cut them off. I wanted nothing to do with them. It ended up with them basically attacking me for this. It was the weirdest night of my life, and like I said before, nobody else can tell you what your sexuality is. You are the only one who knows this. You're the only one who has a right to it. Nobody else has a right to tell you that you're not this or you're not that. You identify with whatever you identify with. And I was just, these people are supposed to be smart. They're supposed to be well-read, and yeah, I couldn't believe it. So yeah, just a big chunk of my social life was cut off after that because I couldn't believe how incredibly ignorant these people were. Yeah, I have had sex with women after that and proved that I am in fact pan or bisexual, and it's just weird to me why you would ever ask somebody to prove it. It's like talking to a transgender person and asking really personal questions about their sex or their gender or what bathroom would you go into or blah blah blah. It's like none of your fucking business. That's not up to you. Why do you even care? It doesn't have anything to do with you. Why do you even have an opinion on it? That's one of the things that bother me the most about people who are anti-homosexuals or just why do you care? If it's not for you, that's fine, but why are you not okay with everyone else doing it? Would you care that your neighbor sometimes sleep with a person of their own gender, or why do you care? Oh my god, why do you care? It doesn't mean anything. People are just people in the end, and who we sleep with or have sex with, should be like the most non-caring subject ever. I don't understand why people care about other people's sexuality. It's just so weird to me. We should all just be allowed to love and have sex as we want, as long as we don't hurt anyone. So sexual liberation, fuck yes. So this subject is, as I'm hoping you guys can tell, pretty close to my heart. And it goes hand in hand with a lot of the other subjects I've been talking about in previous Test Talk videos. And it all comes down to one, in my opinion, extremely basic thing. Equality for all. Freedom to be ourselves. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching.